Before you continue watching this story, make sure you subscribe right now because what you are about to hear is one of the biggest surprises in Shen Yue's entire career. This is the kind of news that changes everything. The kind of moment that turns a simple actress into a global phenomenon. And trust me, you do not want to miss what happens after this announcement because the final scene will leave you speechless and desperate for more. So like this video, subscribe and turn on notifications right now because Shen Yue is about to enter a chapter that nobody saw coming. The morning the news broke, the world was still half asleep. The streets quiet, the skies pale, the city just waking up. But inside Shen Yue's apartment something electric filled the air. Her alarm had not even rung when her phone began vibrating repeatedly on the table. First one message, then another, then 5, then 10, all with the same words. Congratulations, Shen Yue. Is this true? Hollywood Shen Yue. Please tell us this is real. She blinked, rubbing her eyes, half confused, half concerned. She had expected a slow, quiet morning before her usual filming schedule. She had expected peace. Instead, she opened her phone to a storm that felt like an earthquake. Her manager had sent one message, only 3 words. They have announced. Shen Yue gasped, sitting upright, the blanket falling from her shoulders. Her heart beat faster, her hands trembled slightly. She unlocked her phone and as soon as her screen loaded she froze. Every platform, every media page, every fan account shouted the same headline. Shen Yue confirmed for her first Hollywood project. For a moment she stopped breathing. The world around her softened, her hearing dimmed, her pulse loud in her ears. Even though she had signed the contract days ago, she had not been prepared for this. Not for the reactions, not for the noise, not for the wave of emotions falling over her like a rising tide. She stood slowly, stepped to her window and opened it. Cool morning air brushed against her skin, carrying with it the soft scent of rain. She closed her eyes, letting that calm touch her before she faced the storm outside. This is really happening, she whispered to herself, and her own voice shook with disbelief. Her phone rang again, this time it was her manager. Shen Yue answered immediately. Are you ready? The manager asked, her voice tight with excitement and chaos. I do not know, Shen Yue whispered honestly. Good, because ready or not the world already knows and Hollywood is waiting for you. Shen Yue pressed her hand to her chest, trying to steady the overwhelming surge running through her. She had dreamed of something like this when she was younger, but she had never imagined it would happen now and like this. The manager continued. You need to be at the studio in 1 hour. International press will start calling soon. And the director wants to speak with you personally. Shen Yue froze again. The director. The same director who worked with 3 award-winning actors. The same director who had been praised for creating emotional stories that touched millions. This was not just a project. This was the opportunity of a lifetime. I will be there, she finally whispered, even though her legs were already shaking. 1 hour later she arrived at the studio and the energy felt different. Everyone turned to look at her the moment she entered. Assistants whispering. Staff staring. Cameras flashing for behind-the-scenes footage. It felt surreal. She walked through the hallway feeling as if every step was taking her into another world. The air was thick with anticipation. Even the lights felt brighter. As she approached the meeting room, she heard excited talking from inside. Someone gasped when they saw her at the door. She is here. The director stood from his seat and walked toward her with a warm smile. Shen Yue, welcome. I have been waiting to meet you. Congratulations. You are officially joining our Hollywood cast. She bowed slightly, trying to keep her emotions under control. Thank you, sir, I am honored. He studied her face for a moment. You were chosen because you feel real. Every scene you act, every emotion you express feels honest, and that is the magic we need in this film. Her breath caught in her throat. You saw my work. Of course. Your performance in your last drama was unforgettable. And we believe you can bring something to this role no one else can. Shen Yue lowered her gaze, her heart full. She had always felt insecure about her growth, her skills, her journey. She had always wondered if she was enough. But hearing these words from a global director felt like a key, unlocking something deep inside her. The director handed her a thick script gently as if the pages held the secrets of the universe. This is a story of courage, pain, healing, and rediscovery, he explained. You will play a woman who must face everything she has avoided for years, including her past, her heart, and her true identity. Shen Yue held the script carefully, the weight of it resting against her palms. It felt alive, it felt important, it felt like the kind of story that could change her forever. The director stepped closer, lowering his voice. This film will not only challenge you. It will transform you. Shen Yue met his eyes, and in that moment she knew he was right. Something inside her shifted deeply. I will give it everything I have, she said softly. That is all we ask, he replied. While Shen Yue sat in the meeting room absorbing everything, fans across the world were losing their minds. On every platform her name trended at number 1. Some cried with joy. Some screamed in excitement. Some wrote long emotional letters thanking her for representing Asian talent in Hollywood. One fan wrote, Shen Yue is not just joining Hollywood. She is opening the door for millions of young actors. Another wrote, our girl is rising higher than ever before. We are so proud. The wave of love reached Shen Yue even inside the studio. Her phone kept buzzing non-stop, but she dared not look at it until much later. She needed to stay focused even as her heart swelled with gratitude. Just when the meeting was ending, the director made an unexpected announcement. Shen Yue, there is one more thing you need to know before we begin. She tensed slightly. One of your cast members has not been revealed to the public yet. But since you are now confirmed, you deserve to know first. He paused and her heartbeat kicked up once again. Your male lead is someone you once worked with. Someone the world never expected to see in a Hollywood film. Someone whose chemistry with you is unforgettable. Shen Yue blinked, confusion spreading across her face. Who is it, she asked carefully. The director smiled slowly. Dylan Wong. She gasped. Her hand flew to her mouth. Her eyes widened in disbelief. She felt her heartbeat hammering like a drum. Dylan. Him. Here. Hollywood. Together. The room tilted for a moment, the shock so overwhelming she had to steady herself. The director continued. He was recommended for the role weeks ago. We kept it quiet until your deal was complete. But yes, he is joining the cast. And you too will carry this story. Shen Yue whispered. I was not prepared for this. The director nodded. I know. And that is why we waited to tell you. But I believe you both will create magic together. She felt dizzy but also strangely alive. Memories of their past projects flashed through her mind. Scenes they shared. Conversations they had. Moments that left entire fandoms breathless. And now they would be reunited. On the biggest stage in the world. Hours later, after meeting the whole team, reading part of the script, signing final preparations, Shen Yue finally sat in the back of her car. Her head rested against the seat, her chest rising and falling with deep, slow breaths. The city lights blurred past the window, turning into long streaks of color like the world was moving faster than she could process. Then her phone buzzed. A new message. From Dylan. She hesitated, her fingers trembling, then she opened it. Welcome to Hollywood, Shen Yue. Let us make something unforgettable. A tiny smile formed on her lips, one she could not control even if she wanted to. This journey was going to change everything. Her career. Her future. Her life.